Welcome to the Yuma County Fair and Rodeo. I am proud to call Yuma County home, and I am pleased to help host the Yuma County Fair PRCA Rodeo. Yuma County is located in northeastern plains of Colorado and is approximately 2,400 miles of rolling hills and open skies. We are amongst the top agriculture producing counties in the nation. Yuma County is filled with bountiful crops and sprawling grasslands and warm, welcoming people. But don't take my word for it. Let me introduce to you one of Yuma County's finest ladies, Lucille Bledsoe.
Yuma County is absolutely perfect. Now I know it just because we love it. But best of all, they're wonderful people here in Yuma County. Absolutely wonderful people. We came from a drought-beaten, waterless country, and we thought we got to heaven for sure. There are so many varieties of grass, and we forget when we look out, we think it's always either wheat or grain or something else, but the variety of grass that's in Yuma County is spectacular. We have, of course, the good kids and grandkids and great-grandkids, and they all love Yuma County. And aren't we fortunate? They went away to school, the grandkids, got their degrees, came back, and started in making this county their home. It's been a wonderful life, and I'm thankful for it. But I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
Lucille's generation built the foundation that today's generation of farmers and ranchers have taken and expanded upon to create a thriving agriculture community. Through our hard work and dedication to the traditions that have gotten us here, we have made our county one that is recognized in the nation for its agriculture production. Yuma County is the home to several distinguished residents, including our next guest. But I will let him do the honor of introducing himself.
Well, I'm Don Brown, and of course I've lived in Yuma, Colorado my whole life. Grandparents homesteaded here, and Peggy and I still own the original homestead. And I was very honored a few years ago to have an opportunity to serve as Colorado Commissioner of Agriculture for the John Hickenlooper administration. It was a bit of an eye-opener. I saw how good Yuma County really is once I don't tell anybody I said that. And but point being, we've been here a long time, raised our family here. We've got family members that are interested and still involved. And my father was one of the pioneers in circular irrigation here as well. And so we're still at it, we're still doing it. Really like Yuma County. Very proud of it. I think we in Yuma County have got a lot to be very proud of, and it's a very unknown fact. And I'm talking about Yuma County, Colorado, not Yuma County, Arizona. So anybody or listeners or anybody's watching that, make sure that we're talking about Yuma County, Colorado. But in gross ag sales in the nation, there's over 3,000 counties. We're ranked 36th in the nation. And like I like to point out to my friends from California and Arizona and other places like that, we have winter here. We don't get to do it all year round. And so when we get into the cattle calf business, this is beef country. Yuma County is beef and corn country with some wheat and then other crops as well. But cattle, we're ranked 14th in the nation in production. And people really don't know that. And overall, as far as overall crops, we're 129th. and corn we're or in crops, I guess, as far as grains and those sort of things, we're at 85. We're 85th in the nation. So we rank quite high, and often in corn production we'll be in the top 10 counties in the nation. Even though corn may be king to a certain degree, we have a multitude of crops here. And we'll raise potatoes, we'll raise dry pinto beans, kidney beans, we'll raise hemp, we'll raise wheat, we'll raise sunflowers, we'll raise oats, we'll raise... The list goes on and on and on of the various crops that do well in this environment. So we do a lot of various things here, varied things here. The arid climate makes a great place to feed cattle. And the hail, of course, we've got the dubious distinction of being #2 in the world there, this dry-cornered area with hail. So but we have our own set of problems, but at the end of the day, it's a great place to grow crops and feed cattle. We have a lot of hogs and dairy operations as well. We're very fortunate here to be under a little bit of the Ogallala Aquifer, and it reaches out into Yuma County in various areas. It's thin here, but we use it every day, and whether we're drinking water or irrigating during the irrigation season. It covers 8 states, and so we're blessed to have some of it. It's a depletable resource, one that you can deplete, and so consequently we manage that very closely. But it has been a mainstay of us, and the irrigation course was developed in the early mid-60s. So with the invention of the circular sprinkler, it revolutionized farming here in our county and just changed the yields and what we could grow, and brought in the dairies and the feedlots and the pork. I think all of us that grew up in Yuma County and are proud of it and enjoyed growing up here, the small rural communities, and we have 2 major communities and then some smaller ones. We get to know each other from every end of the county, and only on the football field do we worry about that. Otherwise, we don't pay any attention to the rivalries. And at the end of the day, I think it's a great place to be. We do our part in helping feed the world. And we in here in Yuma County are one of the bread cat baskets of the nation. And it's so misunderstood. Comes from a grocery store. No, it doesn't. It comes from our friends and neighbors and our hard work, and the not knowing what a Sunday day is. And Labor Day is a day you work special hard because you're chopping silage. Those sort of things people do not understand, and we in here in Yuma County represent that. We do our job. We help feed the world. I think one thing that we don't here in our area, where we only get from 12 to 17 inches, and our average is supposed to be 17 inches of rain, but I'm not sure we get it. And the homesteaders were definitely misled when they said the rain follows the plow. Either that or there wasn't very darn much rain here before the plow got here. And so we constantly face that weather thing all the time, and I discussed a little bit earlier the hail and those sort of things. So those who are still here, I admire greatly, because they have continued to battle in an environment that is not always friendly or conducive to agriculture. I'm very proud of those in this area who have weathered the storm, so to speak, or lack of storm.
While we continue to weather the storm and pay respect to those who have gone before us, Yuma County takes pride in the innovations of the past. We strive to create opportunities for the next generation. Here to tell you more about our next exciting project, Ag Innovation Board members Dave Block and Kurt Fix.
We're blessed with a lot of young farmers coming back to live in Yuma County, probably more so than I can remember in my lifetime. And so there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of generational farms that's going to be turned over to the young farmers, and it starts right here with 4-H and FFA. This is where they start, and when they grow to become adults, they're basically stepping in Dave and I's shoes and continuing with agriculture as, as their family operation and their career. And so it's exciting to know that we do have a future of agriculture here. So, our role here is to enhance agriculture, and I think we've done that with this project. Our project kind of started as on a twofold basis. The first one was to improve the livestock facility here at the fairgrounds, which we were able to complete this year. And we built an addition onto the existing livestock barn and added pens for the small animal exhibitors. We have a lot of support throughout the county to do that, both to raise money for the building addition and the pens. And the second part of it is we wanted, we kind of kicked around the idea of having a future project that would be more of an event center type concept to handle larger crowds and to support events in Yuma County that we currently have a void in that area right now. So.
You know what makes Yuma County so great? We learned, I guess I feel I've learned a lot from this project, but since the conception of this project, the kids, the community, everybody's gotten together a lot, and the collaboration, the innovation, and the community support throughout our fundraisers, talking about the pieces that go together to make this whole project. It's just been very great. A lot of interaction across the diverse Yuma County, I feel. Being in that small rural area, we lived out in the country too, so it was, for us, we didn't get to town too much in those days, so when it came to Yuma County Fair, that was pretty awesome. And got to socialize with the other 4-H and FFA kids, so it's kind of like it is today, really, probably. But I think kids today are a lot more active and social, but I think it's a great way to get out and meet the groups, and it helps them be their leaders, be leaders coming down the road. So I think Yuma County can be proud of all that.
Historically, the Yuma County Fair and Rodeo has been an on-again and off-again proposition, dating back to the 1880s, when it was first held in Ray and based out of the old Sod Hotel. There residents displayed their crafts and wares. By 1889, the Yuma County Fair was expanded to include a makeshift parade, horse races, and a barbecue. When a series of crop failures and drought gripped the region, interest on the event began to fade. There wasn't much enthusiasm for a summertime celebration. But all that changed in the early 1900s when the Yuma County Fair and all of its related activities were moved 27 miles west to its present-day location at the Yuma County Fairgrounds. By the early 1940s and 1950s, the Yuma County Fairgrounds and its facilities were modernized to include permanent rodeo facilities and grandstands. The livestock chutes and arena, encircled by the racetrack, allowed for daily and nightly rodeo events during the fair, along with big-name country western bands. In addition, 4-H demonstration and livestock judging became vital and enduring parts of the annual festivities. Yuma County's PRCA Rodeo has grown from a set of wooden bucking chutes to welcoming some of the top rodeo athletes, including local Tate Kirkenslager, 2019 NFR Team Roping Qualifier. Each year we strive to make Yuma Rodeo the best it can be for the spectators and the contestants. For the last 3 years, the Yuma County Fair PRCA Rodeo has been nominated as a top 5 small rodeo of the year. The rodeo has grown and thrived in these challenging times. Thanks to the endless support from the Yuma County, we couldn't be here today without you. Rodeo fans, please enjoy the poem Cowboy Praise by Mr. John Shafter.
I'm a cowboy, Lord, ain't real at praying, yet I got a few words that sort of need a saying. Now they ain't fancy words like city folks would be a-using. They're just simple words of my own picking and choosing. They're mostly words of thanks and praise and honor, because if it wasn't for your love and care, I'd long ago been a goner. Like that time that horse I was riding took that terrible fall, I'll never understand why I wasn't more badly busted up and all. Or when I was doctoring that calf and his mama had an awful fighting spell, yes, that was a close one, but all she done was kind of rung my bell. Come to think of it, Lord, there's many times your helping hand has pulled me through. But there's more reason than that where I should be praising you, such as the beauty of the sunrise coming over the horizon's edge, and the joy of looking down at a herd of cattle from a rocky canyon's ledge. Then there's the thrill of galloping a horse across a grassy plain, and the soothing comfort and the smell of a summer rain. Lord, I enjoy watching a brand new calf get his first taste of milk, then watch his mama lick him off till he's clean and dry and soft as silk. So I don't know what else I'd ask. Got might near everything I need, as long as the creek runs water and my cows have got feed. I got clothes on my back, a hat on my head, boots on my feet, and some blankets for a bed. I've got a horse to ride and you as my friend, and the promise of a home in heaven and a life without end. Amen.